What is up, all you beautiful, wonderful YouTube people? Team Badman here, and we are back with another edition of Bad Builds, where Team Badman goes over their own decks that they've been messing around with, to give you an idea of what all we've been working with here, and hopefully give you guys some ideas for some of your own decks. Evolution has been in full swing over here. We've been testing out the new set pretty rigorously, and we've been building with just about every MP under the sun, but probably the most popular MP over here at the moment is Android 20. Android 20 came in, I think, is a bit of a dark horse compared to some of the other MP stacks. The Piccolo stack was very popular, the Android 18 stack, the Goku and Trunks stacks did get a little bit of love. But Android 20 kind of came in silently and really surprised everyone with some phenomenal abilities centered around non-style drills, an excellent drill in Android 20 scouting drill, great attack and domination, and just a plethora of ways to work in just about any style that you could possibly imagine. So that's going to be the focus of Bad Builds today. I'm here with Jonathan, who's a member of Team Badman, of course, and he has a blue tag team Android 20 build that he's been messing around with. Very potent build. I've played it several times, and it does a whole lot of work. There are answers to just about anything. And I'm going to go ahead and stop talking and let Jonathan go on ahead and describe his deck to you. Jonathan, take it away.
So this deck is an Android 20 deck with new Blue Tag Team Mastery. So it's going to be a mix of using allies and drills to his advantage. So I guess I'll start off with the allies. It goes well with the Mastery. I have Captain Ginyu in here, Android 19, and Frieza. And primarily with the Mastery, either I'm going to grab Captain Ginyu at the beginning if I want the advantage of seeing my opponent's hand from the beginning, and he can't be destroyed by a critical damage effect if he's my only ally, so it gives me that advantage there. Or if I'm playing a deck where it's possibly going to be an energy deck, maybe a Krillin deck, I can grab Android 19 first, and especially if I get to go first combat, I can quickly stage lock Krillin with Android 20's level 1 power and Android 19's when entering combat effect. And then I just threw Frieza in here, just for the additional benefit of banishing life card damage, so in the Namekian matchup, or really any matchup to get rid of some of those key cards when I do life card damage. And if my allies get banished by Frieza, I can always get them back with the Mastery, so it's not that big of a deal. It's more of a benefit than a risk for me. So next I'll move on to the energy combat cards. So I have a couple blue Lunar rays in here, mostly just for the option to get allies back from the discard pile. With the new Mastery, it's nice that you can get them back from the banish zone, but there's really not a good mechanic to bring them back from the discard pile. So I have two blue Lunar rays, and I also have two overpowering attacks in here to grab the allies from either the deck or the discard pile, if I do need one of the three allies. And both of those attacks, blue Lunar Ray is 4 life cards, and overpowering attack is 5 life cards. When I talk about drills later, I have Android attack drill, so even just adding an extra 2 life cards of damage on both of those attacks can make them pretty powerful. The next energy attack I have is Blue Terror. So that one's pretty self-explanatory. I feel like I can get really any card I want, depending on the situation. And 3 life card damage can be boosted to 5 with Android attack drill, so that could be a nice amount of damage there. And then the last energy attacks I have 2 energized strikes, and that's good to shut off anger, especially from a Namekian deck, to shut off Piccolo from gaining anger from the Mastery effects, from his level 1 MP effect. They can only gain anger from physical or energy combat cards. And if it has, it shuffles back into the deck, so it's reusable. It's got 1 endurance, so overall it's a pretty good card just for whatever you might need it for. In terms of energy blocks, I have 2 blue defensive stances. That one's good for endurance, and it's got some anger control, so I can lower my opponent's anger, and I don't usually level that much by anger with this deck, but I could always raise my anger if need be. Blue Narrow Escape, besides the amazing 3 endurance, I get to put 2 cards from his card pile on top of my deck, so I can get some of those energy combat cards back. either attacks or just to stack the deck with more endurance. So good all-around block there. And then another block I threw in there, I threw in 2 blue flights. And so that one I can banish an ally, control to search my deck or discard pile for an ally. So just another way to get back one of those allies if I do lose it to the discard pile, and then I can rejuvenate the banished ally at the end of combat. So it's just another ally tech card to get that advantage back. From energy combats, I'll move on to drills. Primarily, it's all going to be freestyle drills except for a blue positioning drill, just because it's a great drill and I can get back my styled cards when I stop attacks. But in terms of freestyle drills, I have Lookout Drill, just to stop the mill, especially as I found out against another Android 20 match. We both have freestyle drills, they're at level 3. That could be a huge mill that I have to face. So having Lookout Drill can prevent that, and the possibility of the Dr. Wheel black deck. I have Acquisition Drill. So that one's good for here too. For most of my drills, I have duplicate copies, so if my opponent takes one, I'm not that concerned about it. And I can get control of a good drill. So in black, there's Smoothness Drill. With some of the other styles, I can get one of the blocks from orange, or even some of the damage boosts from orange, or even Hiding Drill to reduce my damage. So there's a lot of utility with this card. And if I control 3 or more non-style drills, I can lower my opponent's anger 2 levels each combat. And it wouldn't be too hard with Android 20. They have at least 3 freestyle drills. So just an overall good card to kind of use in any situation. I have 2 Android 20 scouting drills. So that one's a pretty good card. You can destroy 2 cards, prevent all damage from energy attack. So that's another one I can get with my MP power. I've got 2 of those just in case I lose one of them. It's a good defensive card, so I can be a little bit more offensive and try some other things in this deck. And then the last freestyle drill I have 2 copies of Android Attack Drill. That's just a good damage booster, so it's going to do +2 life cards on all my attacks. That's another one I can grab easily with my power. So overall, mostly freestyle drills, but they're pretty helpful. Not too many setups. I just have 2 blue dominances. There's not much anger gain in this deck, but if I need to shoot up to level 2, I can. I don't mind staying at level 1 with a PUR 4 and the stage control with my power and the ability to search for a drill, but later in the game, if I need to get to level 2, there is the ability to rejuvenate 3 cards at the end of combat if I control a non-style drill, so it is a beneficial effect. And with the level 2 power level, it shoots you back up into E, so it's nice for the physical attacks that I have in this deck as well. Next we have the events. So I have a Defiant Challenge in here. So with Android 20, Android 20's domination is a named attack card, so I can grab that with Defiant Challenge. And it is banished after use, so I can also pull them back in the deck, or if I lose both scouting drills, I can put one of those back in there. So it's just an overall good card for Android 20, even just to get another attack at combat. Got 2 stare downs, so that's pretty self-explanatory. Timeless Warrior's Tool, and 2 blue shifting maneuvers just for extra blocks. And for 2 endurance each, so that's not bad either. And now, pretty much the rest of the deck is all physical combat cards. So I got 3 blue lunges, so besides being 2 endurance, it's physical for +5. And that'll help me also search out some of those drills or the blue dominances. So just another way to get some of the field control out there. I have 3 Android 20's dominations. So besides being a good physical attack for 3 life cards, possibly 5 with Android Attack Drill, my opponent also loses stages with this card, and then I get to name pretty much almost any card in my opponent's deck and search and banish a copy. So it's also good for picking out some of those better cards, Destructo Disc, Timeless Warrior's Tool, or even some of the setups or drills that can be pretty nasty. And at the end of combat, I get to put a non-event card on top of my deck, so I can also set myself up for whatever the next combat may be. I have 2 Balloon Face Crunches, so it gains me 3 stages, which can be good at level 1 as well. So if I need the stages, I can gain the 3 and then use my MP level 1 power to lower 3 stages, but I also get to look at my opponent's hand, and it's just a good physical for +5 stages. The next one I have is Blue Round Throw. So it's nice because it can also be played as an energy block. But then it's a physical for another +5 stages, and it offers a little bit of anger control against my opponent. So it really can be used for anything I need it to be. Blue Betrayal, I have 3 of those, just for control of the field against setups, drills, or allies. And with Android 20's power level, it's most likely going to do at least a stage or 2 of damage, and then maybe some more with Android attack drill. I have 2 Shoulder Slams. That's a fun new card. It's got 1 endurance each, so it's good defensively, but it also raises my anger and offers a huge amount of anger control with 3 anger lowering effect against my opponent. And then with the damage of AT plus 18 stages, even if you're going against Android 18, you still get that initial AT damage. If you're not going against 18, it can do a lot of damage with the additional AT stage damage. I got 2 blue head knocks in there, so it's 2 endurance, and it's a hard-hitting physical, possibly for 7 life cards with Android attack drill, and it offers a great amount of anger control, so that's good against some of the speed anger decks. I have 2 blue vehicle destructions, another 2 endurance card, but it also offers some anger control with lowering my opponent's anger 2 levels. It does a set 4 stages, so it would be good against Android 18, but it also would do plus AT life cards, so depending on the situation, that could also do a decent amount of damage. One of my favorite new physicals from this set is Blue Face Grab. It's mostly because of the immediate effect of whenever one of your effects causes a personality to lose stages, this combat double that amount. And so using that before using the level 1 MP power, that can cause your opponent to lose 6 stages instead of 3 right there. And it does a decent amount of damage, so it can do up to 6 stages if your opponent's anger is at 0. And then the last attack I have in here is Sinister Choke. That one's just going to be good because damage can't be prevented. And if you're going up against an opponent with maybe an orange deck, with some drills, or a Namekian deck that's probably going to have Dragon Balls and a few setups at least, if they have 7 or more, it can't be stopped, and damage is banished, and then the damage can't be prevented. So, attack for 5 life cards, and you would make that 7 with Android attack drill. That could be a pretty nasty attack. So I have 2 of those in here. And then in terms of physical blocks, I have 2 blue wrist blocks just for the field control of destroying a setup or drill. Blue Crouch, 3 endurance, and if I do take some hits at level 1 and my power level gets pretty low, it shoots back on top, so I can use that endurance. And then I just have 1 copy of Blue Fist Catch in here. It's 2 endurance and it offers some anger control. I feel like if I get maybe another Defiant Challenge or something, I can just swap that out, but I have that in here for now. That's pretty much it for what I'm running. So just using the drills for control, and then also using the allies for either stage locking my opponent, banishing cards, and basically having Ginyu as a free blue mental drill for most of the game. This is pretty nice. So just kind of taking those advantages depending on the situation. Yeah, that's about it.
And that is Jonathan's Android 20 build. There's a whole lot that it can do. I've played it several times, and it's a pretty ruthless deck. I think it's going to do plenty of work, and Android 20 is only going to grow in popularity as Evolution grows, and hopefully it'll still be popular the next time OP season rolls around. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to click like down below, and feel free to leave a comment. If you guys didn't like it, click the dislike button down below and leave a comment as to why you guys didn't like it. We're always looking for feedback, and we would love to hear what you guys have to say. Be sure to keep an eye out on the channel. We're going to have more bad builds coming to you really soon, as well as some new matches coming up with the new set 4 MPs and new masteries. So there's going to be plenty to look forward to. And like always, guys, stay bad. Thanks for watching.